Welcome to the Tarryn Reeves Show, where your journey to empowerment takes center stage. I'm your host, Tarryn Reeves, a best-selling author and publishing expert. Together, we'll dive into the hearts and minds of visionaries, disruptors, and trailblazing leaders to explore the most compelling and thought-provoking ideas in life, business, and marketing. Let's inspire, impact, and ignite. This is the Tarryn Reeves Show. Alrighty, let's talk about why every entrepreneur and professional really should consider publishing. Welcome to this episode of the Tarryn Reeves Show. Now, here's the thing. Books aren't just for authors or creative types. In today's world, honestly, a book is a business card on steroids. It establishes your authority, boosts your credibility, and can even generate leads while you sleep. Now, we're going to explore the transformative benefits of publishing with examples from entrepreneurial heavyweights like my good friend, I wish, Alex Hormozy, and Sabri Subi. And I'll give you practical, actionable advice, because otherwise, what's the point, on how to get started. Even if you think you're too busy or not good at writing, all of the excuses. So grab your coffee, grab your notebook, grab your wine, whatever it is that's your jam, and just settle in for an episode packed of value. Let's do it. Right. Why? Why publish a book? Why must you do this? And I do use the word must because if you're not doing this, you're leaving money on the table. Let's start with a simple question. When you are in a position where you are looking for a solution to your problem and you're choosing between two experts and one has a book and the other doesn't, who are you most likely to trust? The author, right? The person with the book. Why? Why is that? It's because publishing a book puts you in this exclusive club. It tells the world that you're serious about your stuff, you've mastered what it is that you do, and you're willing to put the time and effort into sharing your expertise in order to help others, right? And I can guarantee you that your competitors in the marketplace likely do not have a book. So why not kick them in the nuts and leave them in the dust and be like, bitches, I got a book. Books create an aura of authority and credibility that is hard to achieve in any other way. Honestly, you can post on social media, you can go on podcasts, you can do those things. That's great. And you must do those things. But nothing does it. Like nothing builds that relationship faster than having a book. Why? Because that book sits front and center of people's minds. They see it next to their bed. They see it on their coffee table. They see it in their car. They see it in their handbag. They see it on their desk. They see it on their bookshelf. And when that happens, even if it's not conscious, you are coming front of mind for that person. Additionally, you get to spend intimate time with them, right? They're not distracted by all the tabs open on their computer like they are during a webinar or they are during a 5-day challenge. And let's face it, if they have spent money to buy your book, then they've got some skin in the game, unlike the freebie seekers who attend the webinars and leave halfway through, are obviously scrolling Instagram and stuff on their phone, checking, working while they do it. Look, I do this. I do this when I'm on a webinar to the point where I don't even bother with webinars anymore because I know that I'm not going to do the work, right? But a book is different. They're spending intimate quality time with you and absorbing what it is that you have to say, right? Let's use our examples. Alex Hormozy and his authority play with his books. There is a reason this crazy successful guy fronts his business with all of these books, right? He is a perfect example. His book, $100 million offers, $100 million leads. I've got several copies sitting on the floor here. Didn't just showcase his expertise. It turned him into a household name. If you didn't know Hormozy before he launched these books, I can guarantee you in the entrepreneurial world, you probably do now. He launched one of the most successful book campaigns I've ever seen, right? It was freaking epic. And now I work with clients to kind of model that launch campaign because it was phenomenal. It was impressive. I was impressed, guys. Okay. He's a household name in the entrepreneurial space. And what's fascinating is how he's used the book as part of a broader strategy. He doesn't just go, hey, grab my free book. And then that's otherwise he'd never make any money. And the dude's a multimillionaire, right? He didn't just write about theory either. He gave practical, actionable steps that business owners can immediately use to improve their offers. Why did he do that? Because he's a smart fucking dude, guys. He did this because when you give people the stuff, everyone's scared to give too much away. But when you give people the stuff, when you give them value, when you actually show up and want to help them, and then they can, even if you move them forward like 5 centimeters from where they were before, they will be so grateful to you. And it is creating that reciprocity that us humans tend to want to do. If someone gives us something, someone helps us, we naturally want to help them back, unless you're a complete dickhead, and there are those people too, but we don't worry about them, right? He made his books available for free on platforms like Kindle, meaning he created a low barrier entry point to his content. Now, I don't recommend my clients do it for free. I recommend that we launch with like a 99-cent product or a $4.95 or a $9.99 product. Why? Because I want skin in the game, right? And because his book was so freaking valuable, readers naturally wanted to learn more from him. They got stuff back. This is this reciprocity, which led them into his consulting programs or even following on a social media, downloading more freebies, which means he can then what? Email market to them, which means what? He can further create a relationship with them. So it's not just a book, it's the foundation of a business ecosystem that is so incredibly smart, intuitive, and easy for the entrepreneur, right? Let's use Sabri Subi, the other cool dude in the business world, and using books as fronting his business, selling without selling, even though he is all about selling. So he sells without selling. It's incredible. I love it. He wrote Sell Like Crazy, one of his books, where he breaks down his exact strategies for scaling businesses through marketing. Right? Here's what's brilliant. He used his book to share real life case studies and actual advice, which did what? Built trust with his readers. He showed them that he was the guy, he is the only choice on the market with whom they could wish to work. Wouldn't you want that for your business? And by the end of the book, readers are primed to think, if this is what I can get for $20 from Sabri, imagine what I could get if I worked with him in one of his other programs. That's what we want to create. Both Hormozi and Subi didn't just write books. They wrote tools that funnel readers into their businesses. They created evergreen lead generation marketing assets for their business that they set up once and let it do the work for them. 365 days a year, all the hours of the day, while they sleep, while they holiday, while they eat, while they work out, while they buy a new car. Whatever it is, that book is working for them while they're doing stuff, living life, right? Let's talk about the tangible benefits of publishing. Break it down even further. Here are some practical benefits that you will get from publishing your own book. Number one, top of the pyramid, lead generation. A book acts as that 24/7 lead magnet for your ideal clients. And I say ideal clients because a book is the best self-reader. And what does that mean? It means that people will either read your book and they will love you, or they will read your book and they will hate you. Either way, that's brilliant. That's what we want, because we don't want to hop on sales calls with people who decide halfway through the sales call that you're not their person. You don't have time for that. You deserve better, right? So let the book do the self-reading for you. When someone reads your book, they're not just passively consuming content because you're not going to write it that way. You are too smart for that. They're engaging with your ideas. They're learning from your expertise. And along the way, they are building trust in your business, your brand, you, okay? They are buying you. So, pro tip here. If you are writing a book to use as a lead generation tool, and you absolutely should be doing that, include a lead magnet in your book. Don't include just one, include several. Link to a free resource, a video training, a checklist, a community. This gives readers a reason to come off the pages and into your digital world or your physical world, whatever it is. It gives them a reason to stay connected with you. They get on your email list, and then you can continue to develop that relationship with them until they are ready to buy, because not everyone who reads your book is going to be ready to buy. That's not the point, right? The point is to advance that relationship with your ideal client. You want to use your book to amplify your authority. Publishing a book sets you apart, right? It tells people you are the shiz, you are serious. It's easier to get media features, podcast interviews, speaking engagements when you are an author, when you have a tangible asset under your belt. So imagine pitching to the next event organizer that you've been dreaming about speaking at and saying, look, I'd love to speak. And by the way, I'm the author of blah, 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 blah. They will literally fall over themselves. And I mean, offer to send them a signed copy with a little cute, like little postcard thing with a handwritten note in it. People love this stuff, you guys. Create this around your brand, okay? They will literally fall over themselves. And then what can you do at the event? Ask the event organizers if you can sell your books up the back. because then you are further, not only are you speaking, but then you've also got that asset that they can take home because they're going to be tired halfway through the event. But then when they're not so tired, 2 days later, they see their book at the end of the bed and go, I'm going to read that. Right? So you are still with them 2 days after the event. It's a no-brainer, honestly. Networking opportunities. Doors open for you when you have a book. Books open doors. People who might never take your call, might never answer your cold DM or answer your email will want to connect with you because you're an author. I don't know why psychologically, I would love to do a study on this actually. It's magic. It's some sort of psychological magic that happens when people hear that you're an author. They instantly think you're the expert at what you do because you are. And then you can further that relationship. Let's talk about passive income and the upsells and the downsells and the sideways sells, all of those sorts of things. Books themselves don't make you rich, not unless you suddenly become a J.K. Rowling and all that sort of stuff. But even she spent years at the grind with those things, all right, with her books. They don't make you rich directly, but the way that it does make you rich is by rapidly accelerating cold leads into warm leads ready to buy your next level stuff, provided you write your book correctly. They serve as an entry point to your higher ticket services like coaches, coaching courses, consulting. And when you put it in a funnel, you use your book as your front end funnel and be like, hey, Sabri Suri does this so well. Buy my book for this amount. And then you go through the funnel. It's upsells and it's downsells and all these other things. That's how he makes his money. Use your book as part of the value ladder. Start with free content, then maybe your book, then a mid-level product, and eventually a premium offer. And they all link together in this beautiful, beautiful ecosystem that is just so fulfilling for you as the entrepreneur. Imagine never having to hop on another masterclass or a 5-day challenge again, because those are not just set and forget things, right? Neither is a book. You have to continue to market it, but you don't have to launch all the time. The launch cycle, if you ask me, is exhausting. You've got to schedule it. You've got to do the masterclass slides. Then you've got to do the social media posts. Then you've got to do the email campaigns. Then you've got to do the automations. Then you've got to do the follow-up. Ugh. Ain't nobody got time for that. And what does it bring in? 90% of freebie seekers who were never going to buy from you in the first place. No thanks. I'd rather do something much more efficient with my time and marketing strategy. Okay. Let's address the elephant in the room. All right. You might be thinking, my friend, I don't have time to write a book, bitch. Like, I am busy. I get it. You're busy. Me too. Here's the truth. Writing a book doesn't have to take years. Someone asked me this over coffee on the weekend. They're like, oh, is it going to take me like a year, 2 years to write a book? And I went, I wrote mine in 7 days. There are no excuses. No, you can write a book in 7 days, 28 days, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. Your book will take you as long as you let it. Okay. There are tools like voice to text software or hire a ghostwriter. Make the process much faster. So if I wrote a book while raising a 7-year-old daughter and being pregnant with my newborn son, let me tell you the secret. It is structure and discipline. When you start with a clear outline and a plan, the writing process becomes manageable. Okay. Now, if you want to learn how to do this very clear outline and very clear structure to A, get it done, and B, tell everyone to take a hike, then grab a copy of my book, Automatic Authority. I have given you everything. I've given you templates. I've given you guides. I've given you trainings. I've given you a community. I have given you a step-by-step process to go from ideation to publication as fast as you want. Okay. Actually, there's a 28-day challenge in there for you to go through should you wish to. All right. And what about I'm not a writer? Look, you don't even have to be. Many successful authors work with editors, ghostwriters, or publishing teams to bring their ideas to life. In fact, you must do those things if you want the quality product that your brand deserves. So focus on your expertise and polish that stuff up later. Don't worry about getting it right. In fact, I always tell my clients, let's do the first bad draft. And I call it the first bad draft for a reason, because I want you to give yourself permission for that first draft to be shit, because it's going to be, right? What about, I don't know what to write about. I don't know how to write. I don't know what to write about. If you've ever solved a problem for somebody, you've achieved something noteworthy or created a unique system in your business, then you already have a book idea, my friend. Work smarter, not harder. Turn it into a lead generating book for your business. Right. Let's talk about some practical steps to help you get started. Break it down into simple steps. Step 1, define your purpose. Ask yourself, what do you want your book to achieve? Is it to establish credibility, generate leads, or create a legacy? It could be all three of those things, right? Your goal, your end goal will help shape your content. Step 2, know who it is you are writing for. You're not writing a book for you. You already know what it is that you're teaching. You are writing a book for your ideal client. Know your audience. Entrepreneurs, parents, leaders, who are you writing for? The clearer you are about your audience, the easier it will be to write something that they find valuable, right? Step 3, create an outline. Outline your content. Don't just go writing willy-nilly because you will get overwhelmed and then you won't do anything. Create a roadmap for your book. Here's an example. Start with your story. Why are you credible? Why are you the expert? Why should you even be writing stuff? And you should be, so don't go and get all of that imposter syndrome crap because I will beat it out of you. Offer actionable advice in the middle chapters, right? So we've got starting with your story and why you're doing what you're doing, why you're so inspired by it, why you're the expert. Then we've got all of this actionable advice in the middle chapters. And then you want to end with a call to action, guiding readers on what to do next. Actually, I just want to put a note in here that you should be doing calls to actions in pretty much every chapter, but you also want to conclude with like a really heartfelt invitation to the reader. Step 4, get support. You do not have to do this on your own. You've got stuff to do. You are an expert. You are leading a team. You are doing all of the things. You are a wife, a mother, a sister, a brother, a whatever it is, okay? Don't do it alone. You can get a publishing coach. You can get a ghostwriter. You can get an editor. You can get all of the people. Get professional help to save you time and stress and deliver that quality product that your brand deserves. Step 5, publish and promote and continue to promote. This isn't just a huzzah, I launched a book, go me. And then you don't do anything because then you will get crickets. Okay. Once your book is ready, think about where your audience hangs out and get your book into those places. Promote your book there. Use social media, podcast interviews, and email marketing to spread the word. All right. Now, I do understand publishing a book might feel intimidating, but I can promise you right now that the rewards far outweigh the challenges. You don't need to be perfect. Nobody is. You just need to start. No book is ever going to be perfect. You're always going to want to tweak it, and that's okay. Your book isn't just about you. It's about the lives you'll change, the businesses you'll help, and the legacy that you'll create. How magical is that? So if you're ready to take the leap but don't know where to start, check out my website at automaticauthority.com. Send me a DM, send me a voice note, send me a picture of your pet pig. I don't care. Let's do it. You'll find resources and support to help bring your book to life. Okay. This is what I do. This is what I love. I am here to serve you. Let's create your lead generation authority building book today. Okay. That's a wrap on today's episode. If you love the insights and inspiration, don't let it end here. Hit subscribe to stay connected and turn your visions into reality alongside our community of changemakers. I'm Tarryn Reeves. Thank you for joining me. And remember, your story has power. See you in the next episode.